Well, a good Friday evening to you folks. Here at Stanford University, we have a great volleyball contest between a USC team that is conference play and the #3 team in the country, the Stanford Cardinal. Cardinal in white against Cardinal in gold right here on Pac-12 Networks. Hey folks, pleased to be joining you here at Maples Pavilion. Kevin Dan alongside the Olympian Nicole Brannon. Nicole, this should be a great contest tonight.
Oh, I absolutely think so. I think USC is coming in here wanting to lay it all on the court, and what we've seen from them this year is they are gritty and they don't give up. And they are coming in to play one of the top teams in the country, the Stanford Cardinals, #3, and I'm telling you, they're very good from head to toe, so I'm excited to see this matchup tonight and what can be done here.
Should be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at the Pac-12 standings. Stanford, the only team without a loss in conference play. USC got off to that 1-4 non-conference start, but they have really turned things around once Pac-12 action has commenced. Well, Stanford coming off a great weekend at the Washington Schools. Elena Ogilvie, Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Week, and Katie Baird, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week for the work they did against the Dogs and the Cougs.
Well, they're definitely racking up the awards this year at Stanford, that's for sure. But Katie Baird has been such an integral part of this offense, really lighting it up night after night, adding so many kills, and just bringing a steady presence on the court. And as we'll see tonight, she has all the range. So make sure to keep an eye on all the different shots that she brings out against the Trojans.
I really like that cross-court shot she has. That is especially deadly for the Cardinal. Meanwhile, for USC, it's all about Skylar Fields. How about more than 5 kills per set, which is 3rd in the country?
That's right, and she's also leading the Pac-12 in kills and points, and they're going to need a big night from her tonight because this Stanford team is tough. But I think she can do it. She's coming out. She's got the firepower. She leaps out of the gym practically. Yes. So I'm excited to see her on the court tonight and really doing a nice job for the Trojans. Looking for someone else to help her.
And here is Cammie Minor to serve for Stanford in white, USC in red. And over on 2, it's Tuaninga.
And there's the aggressive play that USC wants to come out, and hey, why not? Just get it right going.
A good start for the Trojans. Brad Keller telling us before the match they need a big one from Skylar Fields, but doesn't hurt if you can get a dump like that to work as well. Well, here's the libero Gala Trubin serving for SC. And both teams start with a side out. That's McKenna Vicini in the middle.
Well, she's been doing such a nice job for Stanford this year, and I expect to see them try to establish those middles early on because, as we mentioned at the top of the show, they have 3 awesome pin hitters.
Vicini hitting .394 this year, 4th in the conference in blocks per set. This is Katie Baird. High ball for Fields, pushes it over the double block.
Well, Skylar Fields is used to having a double block in front of her, so she's got all the tools to make the best of it, and that one a strong tip to the open area 6.
Fields has had double-digit kills in all but 1 match this season. That's Tuaninga, a very good server. That's a nice pass by Ogilvie. Going to Ariel. Set her out for Stanford. And it's Rubin going long. And no touch. 3-1 USC.
And that play all started off with a positive blocking touch, meaning the block slowed that attack down, which is exactly what USC needs to do tonight against Stanford. And they made it in transition.
Tuaninga, she has a USC record 10 aces in a match. This year, 15 aces on the season. And there's service error number 50.
Well, that's a powerful serve, so
yeah.
It's a little, got to give a little, take a little. Going to have some errors, but as you mentioned, going to have a lot of aces when it's going as well.
And speaking of serving, that's what Kevin Hambley told us. If our only errors are at the service line, he's fine with that.
Exactly.
Kalia Williams getting the kill. Williams, who's been a middle blocker, a right side, and an outside her collegiate career at Washington State and USC. Keller telling us he's been a fan of Kalia Williams since she was in Pullman. Field serve. Nice dig by Skylar. Down ball for the Cardinal. It's Rubin. Long rally here from the back row. Skylar Fields rips the seam.
Wow, the trajectory of that one looked like she was attacking it from the front row. It was so powerful. Wow, she really gets on top of this ball, and SC is doing a nice job here picking up some digs. Little 1-2 punch, gets the dig and then puts it away for a thunderous kill.
Great start here for the Trojans. Good pass. And into the net. That attack goes. The Trojans taking 6 of the first 8.
Well, I like how USC has come out aggressive from the first point with a center dump right away to kick it off, and I think that's what we're going to see from them tonight.
So a couple of points on Skylar Fields' serve to this point. Good serve. Back set for Kip. Block holds strong. Elia Rubin. And is able to wipe it off the block. Stanford sides out. Kendall Kip serving. Against Arizona, she had 8 aces, and that was just a 3-setter. One-handed set. I've seen Tuaninga do that before. Ariel out of the middle. Ariel on the overdig, takes it down.
Wow, USC doing a nice job. Again, getting the block touches and making a point out of it. Really coming out aggressive. Beautiful back set, quick one, tools it off the block, and just too much. Ready for that over attack.
Ariel with her first kill. Minor goes over on 2. So a setter dump for Mia Tuaninga, and Cami Minor with one of her own.
Well, Cami Minor can attack the ball well, and she does such a nice job of it. She had 5 kills the last match, 3 the one before, so she's definitely using that when she needs it and having success.
Well, Cami Minor, in her early days, was an outside hitter. Also played middle blocker before moving to setter when she was 12 years old.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Kalia Williams, her second kill. And I'll bring in Ellie Snook. Come in to serve, a grad transfer from Portland State. A few transfers on this Trojan team. Snook set the Portland State career digs record at 21:38. There. There's Sammy Francis. Good to see her back in a Cardinal uniform after getting hurt against Arizona State a couple of weeks back.
Yeah, nice to have her back with that offense to add to the pin hitters that they already have, but another strong middle for Stanford to get back in the mix here.
Malia Tafunga filled in for her admirably, but not quite the attacker that Sammy Francis is. As Caitlin Smith swings it into the net.
Strong approach, just a little bit too much, trying to go too sharp on that one. And that's the thing with the Stanford block, is going to have to make SC to make good decisions on these attacks.
This is a Cardinal team that averages 2.8 blocks per set, a very good number. Caitlin Smith gets dug out by Anna Pringle. Kip going live.
And man, Kip is a dangerous weapon in the front row, but take a look at this back row attack from the right back position. Cami Minor in the middle of the court, you think she'd go outside, but no, has the option in back of her and no block up to stop that one.
Overpass, Vincini slams it down, and the Cardinal have tied this thing up.
And those are the little details right now that SC needs to control. Those overpasses or unforced errors, because against a team like Stanford, you do not want to let that get away from you.
Cardinals second in the Pac-12 in aces per set, and there is one right on cue.
There you go, Kevin. You just say it and it happens.
Anna Pringle finding the floor. Her 10th of the season. Sophomore from La Jolla staying on serve. It's a 5-0 run for the Cardinal here. All on Pringle's serve. Katie Baird. Bump set here for Smith. From the back row, Kip misfiring this time.
Just out on that one, but again, Cami Minor really using all of her weapons that she has. Going to that back row to Kip when she can, but Stanford passing well enough to find any option, and Minor does such a nice job with this balanced offense.
Smith will serve for SC. That pass had some float on it, and it leads to a free ball. Off the slide, Lindsay Miller finds the floor.
And again, USC, Coach Brad Keller said, we've got to come out strong from the service line. And right now they're really attacking the line, playing aggressive, getting some good touches in transition.
Right there with the Cardinal through 19 points of this first set. Kip, little roll shot works.
Well, that is why she's one of the best, if not the best player in the country. She's got it all, some good tools, and really expanding on that in her time and growth as a player, but brings the heat, as we saw, some big thumps, but then she can bring it off when she can and makes great decisions.
Kevin Hambley talking about Kendall Kip, saying it's all about developing her for her pro career at this point. Just she's going to be such a better player even in 6-7 years when she reaches her peak.
Yikes.
Yeah. Curious to see what that would look like. She's already so good. Back set Kip, and that one misfiring just a couple of times going line.
Well, SC is giving her a sliver of line. She's trying to go for it, but USC is putting up a nice block right now that's causing her some trouble.
USC not known for their blocking numbers, 11th in the Pac-12 in blocks per set coming in, but showing some nice net resistance as Trubin serves. Snook takes the second contact for Fields, and it's going to be a net violation on Skylar Fields.
A little tight on that out-of-system set. She made the best of it, but coming down, looks like she hit the net.
Yeah, that was a Snook taking the second contact, not the setter to Aninga. And here's Baird. Baird into the net. Setter to Aninga serving. Her brother Josh, two-time NCAA champion for Long Beach State, which is where Mia started her career, but then COVID canceled the Big West season. She was afraid they were going to cancel the next season, so she decided to transfer. Found a nice home here at SC. That second ball, and Stanford scrambles well. Minor keeping it alive. Kip roofed. Ariel and Field say, Kendall.
That's right. They saw that ball's going out, and they closed the block. Got a huge block out here on Kendall Kip. Started with some good net play, aggressive at the net, but finally you can see they released early because they know that ball out of system is going to go to Kip. Solid block.
First block of the match either way. To Aninga going for it and missing long.
And I like her jump serve. You don't see that a lot that much anymore.
Really
it's mostly the aggressive jump floater, but I think it's nice to have a nice variety. So they've got the float and they've got her powerful top spin.
Yeah. Ogilvy goes off the tape. Fields, nice decision.
Beautiful set, nice pass in serve receive. Able to set anywhere, but again, going out to Fields. She's been a sure thing for this team. Coming in strong, setting this up, keeping the defense on their heels, and a beautiful soft touch behind the block.
Third kill for number 5, who averages just a tad over 5 kills per set. The Texas transfer, second year in Troy for Skylar Fields. Minor back set. And Kip, the off-speed pitch.
Trinan soft shot for soft shot.
Yeah. So Kendall with her third kill rather, hitting 0. She does have 3 errors as well. Slow start efficiency-wise for Kip. as Kalia Williams gets rejected. That's Ruben and Francis for the Cardinal.
Well, Stanford also, huge block, putting up solid. They need to find ways to go off the high hands, tool it, put it in, recover it, try again.
We'll have the media timeout after this point. Now the middle aerial. And be a net violation on the Cardinal and Elia Rubin. So 15-14 as we hit the media timeout. It's been a good one here thus far from the farm. We'll take the break. And Katie Baird doesn't have a kill, so right now they're 3 for 3. And Rubin, right on cue, says, I'm not negative anymore. 2 kills, 2 airs, as she gets Stanford within 2. She'll go back to serve, the sophomore from Brentwood. All Pac-12 selection last year as a freshman. She was third on the team with 2.27 kills per set. High off the platform of Fields, who runs into a line judge. Baird. Good dig by Tuaninga. See, free ball. Trubent the dig. Here's Fields from the back row around the triple block.
My eyes just went wide open on that one. Wow, that was impressive. Again, USC making the digs, making the plays, getting it up there. Tuaninga doing a nice job here, setting Fields. And look at the 3 blocks are up, but okay, I'll just put it right around them.
Skylar Fields, 4 kills and 4 digs already. It's been very effective in the back row for Brad Keller. Snook on serve. There's that cross-court shot.
Wow. There we go. There's Katie Baird. Now, even though these Stanford players a little bit slow, SC stopping them, I expect them to get it going here. So, I mean, they've been doing it all year long. Sometimes it just takes a minute to settle in.
They're getting her first kill, and Kevin Hambley was telling us that they were struggling a little bit when they were trying to go a faster tempo. Kind of slowed things down with Baird, and it has worked out well. Reigning Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week. Off 1 foot, it's Miller who tools the block.
Lindsay Miller, a dynamic middle for this team. Really has matured and grown. Last year kind of nursing a leg injury, but back at it, doing well. She has one of the fastest slides, well, one of the fastest arms on her slide. Very quick.
A question I want to know, who's she rooting for in the big football game tomorrow? She played at Notre Dame and USC. The only women's volleyball player that we know of that has played at both. Cami Minor again over on 2.
And Ellie Snook was on that, like they're ready to defend that, knowing that Cami Minor likes to go on 2, but just didn't lift it enough on this one. Goes up strong, middle selling it behind, opens that up for Minor to score a point.
Her second kill. And Tuaninga tried to get it back. Kip does tip it over. Snook takes the second ball. Kip. USC block is there again. Baird gets the kill. Her second.
Well, Baird doing it. Look at that. Off the blocker's hands, just nice and calm, steady. And this is the thing about Stanford. They play such a tough non-conference schedule against top-ranked teams. They get in these situations where they're down, and Coach Kevin Hambley said, we remain calm, we remain steady, because we've been here. We've been in these situations, and we know how to get out of them. So, I mean, that is a big, huge gain for a team and confidence builder to know that when they're down, they just remain calm. They know how to play. They know what they need to do. So SC, good time to...
So this is getting challenged here by USC.
USC is challenging the last player.
Well, let's see what they could be challenging.
Looks like they're challenging the hand set.
Here are the challenge rules. Each team gets 2 challenges. Challenge is kept if you win the challenge, and then you get an extra one for the 5th set. You can't take 3 challenges into the 5th set, but you get 1 for the 5th. All right, let's take a look. I mean, are they thinking that Cami Minor had a double contact there? They said they were challenging the set? So
hard to tell what the exact thing is. It looks clean.
Yeah. It's officially challenging to see if that was a legal attack is what we're being told. I mean, it looked pretty legal. The official verbiage we've been told is they're challenging what is considered a Category 4 legal attack.
So sometimes you see that mostly if the back row hitter crosses the 10-foot line.
I was wondering,
then you would challenge that.
If maybe they thought that the front row hitter there for Stanford should have been in the back row. I mean,
that's all I can think of here in this situation.
And Katie Baird is clearly up at the net. This is taking a while.
Trying to look at it from all angles, and they have to be able to 100% see the situation in order to reverse the challenge.
The setters are now having a word with Ryan McDowell, our up ref. Taking a good long look at this one.
Well, they're getting a nice long timeout here, that's for sure.
Yeah.
As the refs take a close look at this, they've got the slow-mo cameras over there. And
my very uneducated guess would be that they think that Katie Baird was out of rotation. I don't, that if they're calling it, if they're challenging the attack and thought that she should have been in the back row and therefore couldn't have taken an attack hit. But the call is confirmed.
So USC loses the challenge.
Yeah.
So they will now only have one challenge remaining. If we do go to a 5th set, they would get a second one if they had used them.
Yeah. So, Cami Minor serving. Good pass. It's Fields. Block sends her back. Off the slide, Miller. Nice dig by Minor. And Baird ties it up.
Back-to-back kills for Baird, tooling off the hands of USC. And USC doing a nice job getting the block out there. But Baird just taking advantage of those hands and making it work.
Minor, 9 assists, 4 digs, serving, good serve. Fields off high hands. Baird again. Yep, she tools the block, and Stanford takes the lead. It's a 4-0 run for the Cardinal, and a timeout called by Brad Keller.
Well, a good time, because you don't want Stanford, they're already on a 4-0 run, as you mentioned, and you want to stop it right away.
I'll take another timeout. 20-19, Stanford has roared in front of the Trojans. In front of USC now, 20-19. Nicole, what have you seen from Stanford recently that has allowed them to take the lead?
Well, they've picked it up. Their efficiency has gone up. The last timeout we had, they were hitting under 100, and now they're at 250. So they've really cleaned things up, making, good decisions. Katie Baird getting back-to-back kills, swiping it off the block. SC just not turning their hands in to keep that ball in the court. So, that's the thing. Stanford's able to make adjustments during the match, and they've just shown that they can do that. SC needs to get a good, clean pass right now so they can run it, and Skylar Fields is in the front row, so I have a feeling it's going out there.
Watch out for number 5 in Cardinal and Gold. And yes, it is going to her. Takes something off, and it did hit the floor. So USC signs out of the timeout.
Well, and Skylar Fields carrying a big load here for SC with the offense. They had London Weejay out here for a while, helping her out.
Yeah.
And she's injured, so she is not there, but they really are missing that extra person for their offense with Weejay. She's been really a big impact for this team coming in as a freshman, so hoping to get her back soon.
Kendall Kipp, monstrous swing there to put the Cardinal back in front. Kendall, her 4th kill. But yeah, a big loss. London Weejay reclassified to the class of 2023. She should be, normally would be a high school senior right now. And they hope to get her back as soon as possible, as Nicole mentioned. High ball for Kipp. Locked to Aninga. Comes right back to her. Fields, what a swing.
That was something, I'll tell you. That was... Tuaninga setting this up, getting it. Look at this by Snook. That is a perfect set. Hard to tell there, but it was perfect on the net for Fields to just go up and attack it. That was impressive.
Yeah, heck of a second contact by the defensive specialist Snook. Comes that go for it serve from Tuaninga.
A little bit low attack on that top spin. A high toss, but got it a little bit low.
So that'll allow Ogilvy to go behind the service line. At a 27 dig affair against Washington State in that thrilling 4-set win on Sunday. Rubin, nice dig, Trubin. And the block, stuffing aerial. The Cardinal with a big 2-point lead late in the set.
Huge Cardinal block here. Well, sorry, first we got this nice dig, but coming in strong. Closing the block, no seam, and that's going long. Everyone is in close covering in case they need to get that short ball coming off the block, but it's just the worst when it goes back deep and lands in. I mean, good for Stanford, but when you're on the other end of it, very frustrating.
So it's 23-21. Stanford by 2. We'll take another timeout. Come back with the rest of the first set after this. The fans getting into it here in Maples Pavilion. They've been treated to a very good first set. It's been back and forth. USC had the lead for much of the set, but now they find themselves down 2 and out of timeouts. Absolutely vital the Trojans side out here. Fields, big kill.
Well, Stanford attacking down the line to Skylar Fields, unserve receive, but she handles that just fine. And they know she gets a lot of swings, so they want to keep that passing pressure on her as well and make her have to do it all.
So now SC needs at least a point on serve to extend this set. Minor going out to Rubin, and the Cardinal are at set point.
Well, the Cardinal done a nice adjustment with the block. Early in the set, SC was getting positive touches on the block and transitioning it, but now Stanford is really tooling high hands, and it's made a huge difference.
For the set, it's Kip on serve, and it's an ace! Oh, what a serve by Kendall Kip! And USC, which had held the lead for much of the first set, faltering down the stretch, Stanford really turning it up a notch. 25-22, Stanford taking the first. We'll come back with a second after this timeout. Pac-12 Women's Volleyball is brought to you by Watch Sports, the official live event guide of the Pac-12. Download today. We are back here at Maples Pavilion, a thrilling first set. Stanford taking it 25-22, capping it off with the Kendall Kip ace. Kevin Ann and Nicole Brana with you. Nicole, as you take a look at those stats, what stands out to you?
I mean, pretty even, minus the aces right here. I mean, at the end, clutch ace to win it, but the difference was Stanford's big three hitters on the pins were slowed down at the beginning of the set, but what did they do? They made adjustments and started tooling the USC block. So I think, in my opinion, that was the big difference. We saw their efficiency was under 100 for Stanford at one point, and then just started slowly climbing back. And, you know, they're steady. They stayed calm. I didn't see any faces of like, oh my goodness, what's happening? They just were in it. And I think sometimes you come out a little slow, and SC came out with a strong game plan to stop them, but they adjusted and in the end really put the pressure on.
So flipping that to the USC side, what's got to be kind of the counter adjustment from the Trojans?
Well, keep coming out strong like they did, stay loose and play free. I mean, as Coach Keller said, they want to be gritty and go after every ball, and that's what they do. He loves this team. They love playing together. And this is a really good test for them. I mean, both of these programs are national championship caliber teams that are always going after winning a national championship. So Stanford is #3 in the country right now, had a strong non-conference. And for USC, it's a good test for them. They've won a lot of good games this year, but to play a team like Stanford and see where are we at right now, and let's give it all we got and go out and play free and our best and try to take them down.
Danny Thomas Nathan will serve to start set number 2. DTN sends it away. Katie Baird was 4 for 8 in the first set, hitting 500. Free ball for the Card. And that'll be a point for Stanford, going over the net there to play it with Skylar Fields.
That's right. You can't break the plane of the net. Cami Miner needs a chance to set that ball still on her side as she's jump setting. But I gotta admit, for Fields, a little tempting. I probably would have tried the same.
Here's Miner going line with that service. Joust. Oh, and USC gets it over on 3. Nicely done. Vicini on the quick set.
That was a quick play, I'll say. Vicini was there ready to go, quick off the net. Little back pedal. SC keeping this alive. Again, that grit right there, hard work, but Vicini gets on top of it. Thumb down, put away.
And that ball barely got over the net. That second contact. Miller, long. You thought there might have been a touch?
I thought so. I put my hands up like, I don't know what they're doing, but no, I guess I need my eyes checked.
Miner staying on serve. The Cardinal take the first 3 points off the tape, and there's no defense for that.
There's not. Just a big sigh of, oh, Nelly, did that just happen? But when you're staying aggressive at the line, and, you know, I remember a team I was on the national team, we actually practiced that serve at the end of practice, so trying to serve it low and on the tape.
How accurate can you get that?
You just go for it.
Skylar Fields missed wide, trying to go with the cross-court swing. I wonder if Brad Keller uses an early set timeout, down 5-0, and he does. Well, not the start to the second set that the Trojans wanted, as they've made a few errors, a big ace, and Stanford out to a 5-0 start in the second. Kevin Hambley kicking it with the great SID for Stanford. Regina Berlingier, we appreciate all the work and help she's done for our crew, along with USC SID Jeremy Wu. There's a look at Brad Keller, who went to what many are calling, Nicole, the best high school in America, Bellarmine College Prep.
Oh, very peculiar why you'd say that.
I hear Miramonte's up there as well. Go Matadors.
That's right.
Off the tape again. Ogilvy does well to not go into the net. And USC did.
And that was an elite move by Ogilvy. That ball looked like it was going to the net, but just keeps it off and really lifts it well. And that's just one of the many things she does so well that makes her one of the best liberos in the country.
She was the best libero in the Pac-12 last year. Pac-12 Libero of the Year. Cranking that one down Fields, but she missed. Now, you don't see many 7-0 leads in a set between teams as good as these two.
No, you don't, but Stanford's got some momentum from that first set. They started slow, then fixed it, made some adjustments, and just have kept cruising.
Minor. Oh, good serve. Overpass. Baird, but Snook is there. Vicini. That did hit the floor. 8-0 Stanford. And USC is going to the bench, and we are going to see for the Trojans number 22, Riley McGinnis, who's played all of 2 sets this year.
Well, they're looking for a spark right now, so you got to go to the bench, see who can bring it to you. Give someone a chance. Got to mix something up right now at 8-0.
Pass off target. Going out to Fields. Bump set for Kip. Stick by Trubin. And that's long for Danny Thomas Nathan, and just anything that can go wrong right now for the Trojans is going wrong.
Yeah, they're just not getting the kills in the side out right now, and meaning in the serve receive, they're not putting the ball away on that first contact and giving Stanford an opportunity to transition it back, and they're having a lot of success.
All right, let's take a look at this soundbite from Michaela Chester of NCAA.com calling Stanford her NCAA Women's Volleyball Team of the Week.
My team of the week is Stanford Volleyball. Why? Well, they pulled off a huge win over Washington State in a top 5 showdown that lived up to all the hype. Stanford fought off 4 set points in the first set before finally winning it 31-29. There were 37 ties and 16 lead changes in the first 2 sets. Those could have gone either way, but Stanford pulled them out on the road. Sophomore Elia Rubin led with 21 kills, Kendall Kipp added 20, and Katie Baird notched 18 kills on 486 hitting. Cammie Minor racked up a season-high 59 assists to go with 8 digs, 3 blocks, 2 aces, and 2 kills. And Elena Ogilvy was stellar in the backcourt against a pretty insane Washington State offense. That was an incredible volleyball match, but Stanford's experience and grit prevailed, and so the Cardinal are my team of the week.
Well, Stanford Cardinal, they have dominated the Pac-12. They've won 24 straight conference matches. Their last loss coming 12 and a half months ago at number 21 Oregon. They've won 13 straight conference matches at home as well. Doesn't get much better than that, Nicole.
No, it doesn't. And Coach Hambley said this is probably the most athletic group he's ever had. Great athletes. I mean, their freshmen are so talented as well that are on the, getting some chances here, but probably at any other university would be starters.
Yeah.
That's how deep and how good they are. And, this year it is want to win the Pac-12 championship, but want to get that NCAA championship, get their 10th championship here. And they do have certainly a good enough team to do it.
Stop there, double block, Kip and Vicini. It's 10-0.
Stanford is just firing on all cylinders right now, and it's starting from the aggressive serve, and then this beautiful block. Middle blocker, Vicini getting over there to close it.
Danny Thomas Nathan, that finds the floor, and finally, USC gets a point in the second set.
All right, and that's the thing I think for USC. We know they have Skylar Fields, but who else can they lean on to get some points offensively and take a little bit of the load off for her? She can handle it, we know that, but they've got to get some more offensive weapons out here. And I think, as we mentioned, London Weege is out. She was a great addition. Hopefully she'll be back soon. But right now in this match, got to get some other players going.
Here's Riley McGinnis, her father, Willie McGinnis, a USC All-American linebacker, won 3 Super Bowls with the New England Patriots. Produced a pretty good serve. Skylar Fields dug out by Ogilvy. It's Kip, and she sends it deep, and that works just fine for the Cardinal.
Even if it was a little bit of a miss hit, it looked like kind of a floater ball, and it tagged the Trojans on the way out.
When you got it going, you got it going.
They certainly have it going.
What's the most lopsided set you've seen between teams of NCAA tournament caliber, Nicole?
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
Yeah, this is, well, that one goes long, but 11-1 is very rare, even if it's not between teams of similar capabilities.
And you know, USC right now, putting people in different positions, they've dealt with some injuries.
Yeah.
So they've got the personnel they have and making the best of it, putting people out there that can work hard, and again, showing the grit that they have. He wants them to just go out there and play free and play the best that they can and see where we're at.
Baird. Minor plays it off the net. Well done by the Cardinal. Leo Williams dug out. Back set for Kip, tight to the net, and she does well with it.
Well, and let's just hats off to Cami Minor, because the way she's moving this ball around, all the different hitters and places that she's going, it's keeping USC on their toes. She's getting these one-on-one opportunities for her hitters, as you see there, only one blocker up, and against Kip, yikes, look out.
6 kills for Kendall Kip. Was hitting negative, now up to 125. That serve well deep from Ogilvy. So Fields will serve. Has dreams of playing in the Olympics. Transferred to USC to play 6 rotations. Getting some good back row experience with the Trojans. Looking for a point on serve. Great placement there by Caitlin Smith.
Very nice, smart play, saw the open pocket, kind of a tight set. And again, that one-handed set, she's good at it. We'll say that's for sure. Take a look at this. And there's the open spot over Cami Minor's head, deep to area 1.
I was watching the Oregon State match, USC-Oregon State, earlier this week. Tuaninga went from pin to pin with a one-handed set. It was impressive, just like that block right there.
And that's what they need. They got to get some momentum off those huge plays, because that was a huge block. That's got to pump you up. No matter what the score is, you're down. You've got to find some fire and spark to help your team get going.
Solo stuff there from Tyra Ariel. A couple of points on Skylar Fields' serve, and if you can side out and get a couple of points on your serve, you do that a few times, you can get yourself back into this set, but it is a long way back. Kendall Kip to serve. Good one. It's an ace. Her second.
Great hand contact on the ball, and that ball just died right in front of SC here. Good approach, line to line, and you see that ball just drops out at the end.
That is so tough to pass. It's a better pass there from the Trojans. Francis was there, but Ariel able to power that one for a kill.
Now serving USC number 16,
Gala Trubin waiting for a ball. There we go. There's Trubin, her father Bella played for the Serbian national team in the 90s. He's a coach at Coast Volleyball Club. Off the slide, Sammy Francis, wide.
SC Needs a few more of those
Yeah.
here, a few more errors, but again, keeping that serve in and giving themselves a chance with their block. As we saw in set number 1, they were able to slow Stanford down, gave themselves some opportunities.
Well, they were down 10 in the set. They've cut it to 7 and just long.
That was a close one.
Yeah.
Whew.
How tough of a call is that to make for a player in the back row?
That's tough, but the key is you've got to follow that ball all the way there. And you know what? Sometimes you pass a ball that might be out, but it's that close that you just have to commit to it and take it.
Ruben, the sophomore, will serve. Kevin Hambley saying she's really improved her passing and defense this year. Back set, Williams. Back set, Kim. Oh, wow.
That is dangerous, let me tell you. The first set, missed a couple of those, but right now, look how she backpedals, waits for it, strong approach, and that line, just a little bit is open, but she can find it and take it.
When she was playing in the Under Armour All-American match in high school, a writer from Prep Volleyball wrote, "I've seen the future of Division I volleyball, and it is Kendall Kipp." And that writer, well, they're the oracle.
Well, I'm going to have that writer buy my next lottery ticket.
Point SC. Riley McGinnis the kill. And Emily Fitzner is going to come in. So they make a setter change, USC. And you wondered if they were going to do this, Nicole.
Well, this is, the double sub, so you can keep 3 hitters in the front row at all times, so you can keep that offense going. So this is something they've been doing.
Fitzner on serve. Francis off the slide. USC gets it over. This time it's Baird. And USC into the net. Going on Madison Peach.
You know, Fitzner now in setting now. Their big wins against Purdue and UCLA. She was leading the charge here for the Trojans and had an excellent game. Played at Indiana 4 years. Now playing here for her graduate season.
Originally committed to SC before the coaching change from Mick Haley to Brad Keller. Played for Spencer McLaughlin at Indiana. Was an assistant there, now an assistant for Brad Keller, and made the move with Spencer over to SC. And the block lands out. Katie Baird gets the kill. That'll be her 7th. Still air-free in 14 attacks.
Well, that's the veteran play, steady play that she's been bringing throughout this season already. Really carrying a big load.
Averaging 3.17 kills per set. That serve goes a little long for the Cardinal. Caitlin Smith for USC. Skylar Fields going to check in for the Trojans, replacing Megan Verbeest.
And it's tough to know who to serve on Stanford because they pass so well, all of them. They have one of the best passing percentages.
Pacini blocked. Good play at the net there by the Trojans, but to your point, Nicole, that's what Brad Keller was telling us before the match. You can't just continually serve one person because they're too good passing.
That's right. They can adjust to make it better. You got to move it around, keep them guessing, try to go for those seams between players.
That was a good serve. Oh, Cammie Miner stuffing the swing, giving Stanford a chance in this rally. Back set, Peach into the net.
Looks like that set wasn't quite out to Peach, but I'd like to see her footwork take a step in. That was a quick one, so hard to make a last-minute adjustment. But those are the kind of things you just got to get that ball over the net again. Give yourself a chance on defense.
You're saying Katie Baird into the net there. So point SC. Off the slide, Vicini. And that'll get Stanford the serve back. So Vicini with her 5th kill.
Well, I had Stanford earlier this year against Florida, and I remember Coach Hambley saying he wants teams to commit to Vicini as a viable threat, and I certainly think she's established that this season.
Well, I'd say if you're hitting 500 in a match, you're a pretty viable threat.
I think so.
Minor on serve. Fields cranking one back. Skylar Fields with her 8th. Well, she leads the Trojans with 8 kills, but she's hitting well under 200, so hasn't been exactly efficient, Nicole.
Well, the thing about I'm noticing is she has 24 attempts, and the next closest is 9. So, again, really relying on her to score a lot. I'd like to see if they can get some other people going.
Serve goes out. But she is averaging, Skylar Fields, more than 12 attacks per set this season. That's a lot.
That's a lot of jumps.
Yeah. And as a result, she doesn't practice every day during the week, Brad Keller telling us. Sometimes just working on her passing and her defense. No need to work on her swinging.
Well, she's got that down, that's for sure. Got to give the legs a rest and, you know, focus on some of the other points of the game that she wants to improve.
Serve goes long for Baird. She's kind of been hanging between a 7 and 10 point lead for the Cardinal here in the second set after jumping out to that 10-0 lead. So back in is Mia Tuaninga. Mia with 14 assists and 3 digs thus far. Vicini out of the middle, her 6th.
Using the middles, and when you've got passes like that, you're able to set the ball wherever you want.
Ogilvy now. Stanford closes in on a 2-0 set lead. Going line. Good serve. Thomas Nathan gets rejected by the tape. And Brad Keller using a couple of early timeouts. Can't stop it anymore.
Some timeouts, some different athletes out there trying to find something to get the spark going in this set.
Fields.
Well,
that'll help.
That's one way to do it.
Keep feeding 5.
She really does sky high. You can see how high she jumps.
Yeah.
Just really gets on top of the ball.
Fields first team All-American last year. Her first year at USC. She had 17-20 kill matches in 2022. Season that ended in the second round of the NCAA tournament for the Trojans. Francis, the one-on-one. USC can't get it over on 3.
And that was an opportunity for SC. Again, I don't know if they called the ball because I got this headset on, but gotta yell and communicate because that was another chance for SC to get the ball over and again, give their block a chance to defend.
Now here comes Kendall Kipp with 2 aces already in this match. Again, had 8 against Arizona, leads the team with 23 on the season. And there's 24. Set point. Not the pass desired there from Skylar Fields. Well, this set has been all Stanford. 1 point away from a 2-0 lead. Good pass there. And a block. Rubin and Francis terminating the set with the double stuff. 25-14. Stanford dominating the second set. And they're 25 points away from a sweep of the Trojans. We'll take the timeout. All right, 2 sets down. Stanford hoping just 1 set to go after taking the first 2 sets here at Roscoe Maples Pavilion. Let's take a look at the stats. And Nicole, just take a look at the second set hitting percentage. That is really all you need to know about set number 2.
Well, Stanford came out on fire. That was a different Trojan team than we saw from the first set. They came out aggressive and ready. The second set, not quite what we saw, and Stanford really capitalized. And man, it seemed like they could do nothing wrong, which can be very frustrating if you're on the other side of that. So I would like to see how USC is going to bounce back in this third set. I hope they come out and play light and free, kind of backs against the wall. And sometimes, you know what, that's when you play your best. You got nothing to lose. You just go out and do it.
Well, the last 29 points of that second set were pretty even, 15-14 Stanford. The problem was Stanford took all the first 10 points. As Cammie Minor will serve to start the third. Overpass, and not how the Trojans drew it up.
Well, you could see right there, Mia Twingas just said, all right, let's go, next ball, let's ball. It's like, don't think about it. You make an error, you got to move on to the next play. This game is so fast, there's no time to dwell on it.
Brad Keller liked the mindset of his team coming into this match. Facing the number 3 team in the country is a difficult proposition. That'll work for Tyra Ariel. Ariel from Plano, Texas. Pac-12 All-Frosh last year. Missed some of the non-conference season with an injury, and then had a season-ending injury November at Utah last year. So hurt her ACL a couple of years back. Kip, big swing, over dig. Vicini, one-handed dig. It's going to be Miller into the net for USC.
We've had quite a few net calls tonight here on both ways, but just going up, trying to get that aggressive block and hitting the net.
Katie Baird sent it away for Stanford. Baird now hitting .500 with 8 kills and 2 digs. Going long on that service. So already a better start to the third for USC. Well, they couldn't have started worse. Here's Snook. Portland State Viking. Good serve. It's an ace.
There we go. There's the aggressive serve. Got to start that. SC needs to bounce back from set number 2, and this is a good way to do it. From the service line. Nice, strong hand on the ball. And again, that just dies.
In addition to her digging prowess at Portland State, also set the single-season ace record for Portland State. Saw why there, and there is Elia Rubin as the ball comes our way.
Rubin looked like she was on that, but just a little bit of a different angle. Elia Rubin, such range.
Ogilvy, 5 digs, couple of assists. To Aninga for Smith. And Minor unable to pancake it.
Yeah, that seemed like it had a little bit of time off the block.
Yeah.
For someone to lift that one up, but nice by USC using the high hands.
So here's Smith. A good serve. Tuaninga trying to go over on 2. Ogilvy was ready though, and Kendall Kip tools the block.
And that's what they did again. Katie Baird was on a roll with the tooling of the block, and SC just a little adjustment of the hands and an angle to try to keep that ball inbounds.
This is Fields. Bumped over by Rubin. Off the slide, Miller. Nicely done. Well, USC up 5-4. Scala Trubin will go back to serve. Pac-12 honorable mention as a freshman when she averaged 3.78 digs per set, 7th in the Pac-12. Good pass. And Kevin Hambley told us that Kendall Kip is hitting .500 out of the BIC. Well, you can see why.
I can certainly see why, and that was some heat coming through, and that's the tough thing. You've got such weapons already with Stanford, but no one is even up on that block. They released to the outside pin, and you cannot do that when Kip is in the back row. You've got to be on her as well.
Fields dug out in the back row. Kip taps it over. They go quick to Ariel. Fields just forcing it through the hands of Sammy Francis.
Too much power, kind of got caught up in Francis' hands there, blocking, kind of took it down herself.
So that's Skylar's 10th kill, and she now has double-digit kills in 16 of 17 matches this year. Not too shabby. Also 5 digs, 4 of those coming in the first set. Back set for Francis, a little long.
And here's the thing for USC, you've got Skylar Fields in the front row right now. So what's the key here? Get the serve in the court so you can give yourself a chance to get on defense and transition. Get that ball out to her and let her rip.
Tuaninga took a little has taken a little something off her serve.
Went to the jump float.
Yep. And point to Stanford as USC into the net. So Hannah Pringle will come in to serve. Father James is an All-America swimmer at Arkansas. Quick to aerial. Baird, roof, nose, kept alive by a minor. Aerial again, a slam dunk for Tyra Aerial.
Wow, that was something. She really got up on top of that ball. I think this ball for Stanford was covered off Katie Baird's head and then played. But wow, what a connection. Nobody up, just puts that one away.
Aerial with 5 kills now. Hitting 273. USC hitting 213 as a team. Back row, Kendall Kipp. Good night. Wow.
Well, they're going to keep going to her because they're not getting a real block and fronting her. And again, it's really tough to do when you've already got such weapons in the front row. And then you've got to worry about this amazing back row attack that Kipp brings to the court.
Kipp, for averaging 4.3 kills per set to hit 316 on the season, that high of volume, very, very good. Great effort by Minor. And that'll land for Katie Baird. We're tied up in the third.
Well, and that is not an easy set right there. It's behind her. She waited on this ball, kept it in front of her, and made a smart decision to swipe it off the high hands of the USC block.
Touching that one off aerial. Minor stays on serve into the net. That one goes. Well, the first set was 21 all. Stanford took 4 of the last 5 points of that set and then got out to that 10-0 run to start the second. Then more competitive, obviously, to start the third. Aerial. Back set for Baird. This is Kipp. Perfect placement.
Perfect, goes up strong, looks like she's about to rip it, as they all know she can do. So USC a little bit back on their heels on defense, and she comes in, good vision, just rolls that right to the middle. Would like to see Fields dive for that one. Go for it.
Well, remember when Kendall Kipp was hitting negative in this match? She's up to 318. Overpass, and Lindsay Miller worse for wear there. Got the worst of this.
Giving a little check on it because you got it right in the head, and that does not feel good. Got to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, thankfully she is. The fighting Irish turned Trojan. Her second year at USC after a couple of years at Notre Dame. Get it over on 3. Not in the traditional sense. Cezelia Rubin powers it down for the Cardinal.
Well, and that started off with a beautiful pass right here. Look at that platform, just perfect right to Cami Minor. She can set 1, 2, or 3 positions, but shoots it out to Rubin, and she just unloads on that ball.
Minor with a double-double, 29 assists, 10 digs. Pass off target. Ogilvy the dig. Kendall Kipp smashes it down. And Stanford starting to create some separation. 4-0 run. Is Brad Keller going to call a timeout?
Might be a good
Yes.
time to stop the momentum.
He does indeed take the stoppage. So USC got out to that 9-8 lead. The Cardinal with 4 straight, up 12-9. We'll take the timeout and come on back after this. Pac-12 Women's Volleyball is brought to you by Clean Simple Eats, elevating life through food and fitness. And powered by Sprouts Farmers Market, the official grocer of the Pac-12. Looking at the main quad here at Stanford University. Cardinal up 12-9 in the third. Let's take a look at some scores from around the Pac-12. Sweeps all around except in Corvallis. Arizona State and Oregon State playing a fifth. How about that, Nicole?
Looks like a close one. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. You've got some tough competition here in the Pac-12. They've got 3 teams in the top 5 alone in the top 25 rankings. So, I mean, this conference is just one of the toughest night after night, coming out, having to bring your best.
Just goes over the tape. High ball here. Smith took it with her left hand. She's a righty. Kendall Kipp, also a righty. Smith, better contact there. Rubin tooling the block.
USC had some opportunities there, but Rubin, again, turning that ball, swiping it, hard hit off the block.
Jordan Harvey is in. Now, we've been told by Kevin Hambley she is the heir apparent at opposite for Kendall Kipp.
That's right. He was telling us she touches 10-8, explosive athlete, kind of follows Kipp around, just trying to learn from her. Really wants her to play the similar way as Kipp. And, I mean, I would love to play like Kipp, too. So I'd say, sure, let's do it.
Yeah, touching 10-8 at 6'1".
Yeah.
That shows you a little bit of how high she can get up there from Utah. Oh, what a swing, Elia Rubin.
Rubin jumping up in the kills here. Was 4th on the list. Now she is number 3 with 8 kills and hitting 400. I mean, the thing about Stanford is not a lot of errors.
Yeah, but they hit 319 on the season. Just a staggering number as Smith misses.
Looks like off a little bit on that approach, got behind it, just couldn't snap on top of the ball.
Stanford taking a 5-point lead. They are hitting the Cardinal 400 overall this match to match Elia Rubin. Ogilvy really going for it on that serve. Smith missing again.
Again, that set, just the connection looks a little bit off right now. The approach not getting on top of the ball. And Ogilvy has, a powerful serve. She's got some sidewinder spin on it. If you take a look at this next one, when she serves it, we've seen top spin, see the float where it doesn't move, but hers is a side spin.
Not easy to pass. The Honolulu native. Oh. Just off the tape.
Also wouldn't want to have that hit me in the back of the head.
No, Sammy Francis taking the ricochet there.
Again, we got Fields in the front row coming back in for some offense.
So as you mentioned earlier, Nicole, this would be the time to get your serves in.
That's right.
That's what DTN does. Good effort there by Snook. Back set for Rubin. Kipp takes the set. A nice assist for Kendall Kipp.
Very nice, getting some assists under her belt. But also Rubin again going back to the high hand swipe, and USC again, their hands angle into the court, can try to stop some of those errors.
Kendall Kipp on serve. Tuaninga going deep on the dump.
Love that. That was a deep corner one, aggressive, going up with confidence. And it was a nice pass, so really could have set anyone on that, which that's why the blockers are holding with their hitters, but it was wide open for her. put that away.
Her second kill. Minor going back to Rubin. That's 10 kills for her. And Kevin Hambley told us this week he's really pleased with the distribution. And the Cardinal, if they could potentially have 3 different players get to double-digit kills in what could be a 3-set match. You want to talk about even distribution. There it is.
I mean, that's impressive. Absolutely. And that's why Minor is so good and an elite setter. Unbelievable.
Tuaninga out to Fields, had the one-on-one. Baird. And that'll drop. Katie Baird becomes the 3rd Cardinal player to 10 kills.
And a good USC touch off the block, positive one, but kind of confused of where that ball was. But another missed opportunity there to get a chance to score.
Well, Brad Keller's going to call timeout. His team now down 7, 19-12 in the 3rd set, running out of time. Let's take a look at the national rankings. And Stanford, just 2 losses on the season. They've both been at home. They are 9-0 on the road. And you mentioned it earlier, Nicole. Look, the Pac-12 title is all fun and all for Stanford, but they're more worried about the prize at the end of December instead, or middle of December instead of the end of November.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they've got some senior leadership here on this team that obviously they would love to get that with Ogilvy, Baird, Kip. So they've got the talent. They have the veteran players, and I think they're going to make a good run for it and try to get that 10th title. The most, right there, you see 9 of anyone.
I mean, for a while it seemed like Penn State was the standard, that no one was really going to catch them. They were doing Russ Rose.
That was definitely back in my day when I played in the Big Ten. Penn State was winning everything. It was very frustrating, but you know, that's how you get better. By playing the best, you figure out what you need to do to be better.
Did you guys ever beat Penn State?
We did. We actually broke their 89-game win streak or something like that. Nothing ever felt better.
Kevin Hambley, who knows a little something about the Big Ten, former head coach at Illinois.
That's right.
Took the Illini to the 2011 NCAA championship match. In his 7th season at Stanford, won a couple of natties. Following up the great John Dunning, who won a national title in his last season here. The 2 national titles you saw, the Pacific one, courtesy of John Dunning. Here's Rubin out of the timeout. Ariel sent back, and Sammy Francis with the stuff.
Trying to go to the middles for USC to open up the pin for Fields, but just Francis there fronting. She's such a good blocker.
She averages 1.2 blocks per set. She's got 4 blocks tonight. Just out. Good call by Danny Thomas-Nathan. Kalia Williams checking in for the Trojans, the former Washington State Cougar Long Beach product. Actually worked with the Detroit Pistons of the NBA as a basketball operations intern summer of 2022. Also, Leah Ford in for USC. Middle blocker. Seen a little bit of time this year. Great rally here. Francis dug out by Tuaninga, so second contact taken by Trubin. Baird. Great effort here by the Trojans. Longest rally of the night, and it's terminated by Katie Baird.
Katie Baird, calm, cool, and collected. A good scramble here by USC. That was a nice out-of-system set. But Katie Baird just coming in again and doing what she's been doing all night. Steady and successful.
23 air-free attacks for Katie Baird. Impressive. Pringle to serve. Bad pass. Well, they sent over by Ford. Good dig, Trubin. Skylar Fields, long.
Almost thought she got a little nip of the finger there on that one. She has such a high reach, but just a little bit long.
Brad Keller.
He grabbed the challenge card there and then maybe changed his mind.
He is going to challenge it. Yep. Saw what you saw.
Okay, well, let's see how good my eyes are. I ate some carrots before this match, so.
So let's see. Is there a touch on the block? All right, what do you think, Nicole?
Ooh, that is a close one there. If anything, it would be there.
On Vicini.
That left hand of Vicini.
See
Didn't see any finger movement on that angle, but.
Yeah, you're looking to see if the fingers bend back a bit. I can see why he's challenging this one. You're out of timeouts. Yeah, try and get a point here. Of course, they need to see indisputable evidence to overturn this.
That's right, to be able to make the change. And again, this game is so fast. It just gets faster and faster each year. Looks like we have a call.
We'll stay with Stanford. That is the ruling from Sergio Gonzalez. So the Cardinal 3 points away from a sweep of USC.
And right now, USC, as you mentioned, some new players in. Right now, as Brad Keller said, that, you know, they're going to put in anyone right now who can give us the best opportunities. They've got some injuries, as we mentioned. Really looking forward to having those players back.
Ford missing. Yeah, one player they haven't had all year, Adanya Falmuina, who was supposed to be a pretty big factor. And then, of course, they lost Jordan Wilson to Arizona. Weejay's hurt, so a lot of hitters they thought they'd have just aren't available as Pringle's serve goes deep.
And, you know, when those players are back, I mean, come, you know, when they're back in the next matches, whenever they make it back, just keep an eye on USC because they have been playing very well, have some good wins. Again, gritty, fiery team. So.
They had won 9 in a row before suffering a 5-set defeat at the hands of Arizona State last Friday in Tempe. Fields serving. Out to Baird. Great touch. Match point, Stanford. They got 10 match points to work with.
Really, Katie Baird just displayed so many different tools from her toolbox tonight, and that was just one of them. Coming in strong and just a nice, gentle touch over the block.
Well, Minor, 4 kills, 35 assists, 13 digs, and an ace. And looking to put the finishing touches on a sweep. Baird. Thomas Nathan, that was tight. On the back row, Fields just mishit it. And that'll do it. Stanford completes the sweep of USC. 25-22, 25-14, 25-14. Pretty comprehensive performance, Nicole, from the Stanford Cardinal tonight.
Well, they came out a little bit slow in that first set, but man, did they turn it around and really got things going. Second set, don't think they could do anything wrong, and they just continued that on into the third set here. I really liked how USC came out strong in that first set, really blocking well, serving tough. Second set, just a little bit of a different team that we saw, and bounced back in the third and tried to hang on, but it just wasn't enough against the very tough Stanford team.
So that makes it 12 in a row for the Cardinal against USC, and 25 straight wins in Pac-12 play for the defending Pac-12 champion Stanford Cardinal. Well, that will do it for us tonight here from Maples Pavilion. A big thank you to our producer, Jackson Hasselness. For the Olympian, Nicole Branna, I'm Kevin Nana saying sayonara from Stanford. The Cardinal 3-0 winners over USC here at Maples Pavilion.